I'm really surprised that many Kenyans are surprised that you need at least 400,000 Kenyan shillings to get employed by TSC. It's quite unfortunate. And this is a statement that came from the national speaker, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula. In his speech, he accused some MPs of selling TSC employment letters. He said that he went to State House where Ruto gave him those letters to distribute to MPs so that they can give their subjects, their constituents, those letters to be employed by TSC. It's so unfortunate. Now, it means it is the president who is employing Kenyans, who is employing Kenyans directly through TSC, through KDF, through police. Is the one giving employment letters. You don't have to go through the recruitment process. You don't have to go through any process. All that you need is to know your MP. And once you know them, you get that letter which has got your number. You're employed and you start earning. If you don't know anybody, you'll be unemployed forever. So it means even if you go to school, your degree is meaningless. It doesn't make sense to you. That is where we are in 2026. And many are wondering, how did we get here in 2026? Where you must know your MP for you to get a job. You must know your MP for you to get a bursary. Now MPs are dominating and they're controlling anything. If you want to win a tender in the county, you have to know your governor or senior people working there. If you want to win a tender in the national government, you must know somebody senior. So it means basically you cannot progress in life if you don't know anybody. So your network literally is your net worth. Of course, sometimes that is the case, but these jobs, which are for common citizens, should be distributed equally without favorism. But now, those same people who have destroyed the economy are the ones selling those letters to their relatives, to their friends, to their girlfriends. That is after destroying the economy. Now, when Kibaki was the president in Kenya up to around 2020, was it 2013? From 2002, is the one who grew the economy. It was negative. And during that time, when you were very young, when you were joining the job market, it was very easy to get a job. You did not have even to know anyone. You just applied and you were called for interview and you got that job. Then Ruto and Uhuru came. And during their time, they started borrowing carelessly. Even the Eurobond, other loans, they started chasing out companies. You can go and see the list, do your research and see the list of companies which were closed during that time, many of them. That time, it is when they started victimizing companies which are not leaning towards their side. If they are not politically correct, even if they're employing millions of people, they are closed down. Now, in this new regime, you have seen some hospitals have been closed down because the owners are not supporting the current president or MPs or governors of those places. Now they are just politicizing everything. They don't care about Kenyans. And when they realize that even their relatives are not getting jobs, they have started selling those available jobs. For example, teachers, the government must employ teachers, they must employ police officers and soldiers. So these positions now, after destroying the economy, making everything difficult, destroying businesses, now they are selling, they are giving out letters to their friends, relatives, neighbors, leaving out Kenyans who are not connected to suffer. So they are on their own. And that is what is making Kenyans angry. The same people are frustrating them. If you start business today, you have started business, you are required to have several licenses. Once you get your licenses, for example, wines and spirits, then police are there to frustrate you. Any sector the government sees that is growing, is trying to have legs, they add tax so that they can cripple it completely. Once they do that, now they start giving their relatives and friends jobs. So that's why you find mushrooming of slums everywhere because people cannot afford modest lifestyle. We also have Kenyans who are going abroad. People are desperate. They want to go to Gulf, Australia, Canada, Finland, any other country, US, UK, because they're very desperate. Now the government realized that these private organizations, recruiting agencies, are recruiting people to the Gulf. They went ahead and started recruiting, blocking these agencies. And now those countries are tightening their laws governing entry into their places or their countries. So Kenyans are now locked inside here. The same government allowed people to do money laundering, people to do corruption, and that money was actually channeled through these online payment platforms like PayPal, Binance, like Pioneer, like Wise, all these Sendwave. Now those companies were helping ordinary Kenyans who are making money online. The same politicians have now made those payment platforms to have restrictions on Kenyans, these ordinary Kenyans. So they are blocking Kenyans in all angles. You cannot get a job. When you go online to make money, they block that also. And you're trying to go outside the country. Those countries don't want Kenyans. And now Kenyans are frustrated. And at this time, you hear the speaker. I'm not the one who has said, nor another ordinary Kenyan. It is the speaker himself who said he got employment letters from the president to distribute to MPs so that they can give their friends and relatives and people they know. And this same MP started selling those letters. Now, what is the work of TSC? And if you're doing this, what will happen in future? It means you'll never get a job if you don't know anybody. And that means we, ordinary Kenyans, are going to suffer the most They are going to be desperate, and we're going to see a situation like what we saw in Ohama Bay. You saw what was happening in Ohama Bay. Youths are desperate. They want money. They want to survive. They can do anything for money. And that is what politicians want. They want to make you desperate enough so that they can use you the way they want as they enrich themselves. So that is what is happening. And at the moment, if you get an opportunity to go abroad and make money there, just go. If you get an opportunity to start a small venture to make money, just start. Don't depend on a job. You have seen what is happening. We have teachers who graduated 15 years ago. They don't have a job. Yet someone who graduated last year has been given a TSC letter for employment, and now he has gotten a job. He has gotten a job. That is quite unfair. It's very unfair. So that is what is happening, and we are being failed by leaders. They failed by leaders. And if you want to see, if you want to know, go to Nairobi, downtown, and see the garbage which is there. Move around the counties and see whether anything is happening. Most of the counties, nothing is happening. They get money, they don't do any project. After 5 years, someone has built 200 million house and he's a billionaire. He has apartments, rentals, he has a ranch, and many other things. His children are citizens of the US. They go abroad to give birth there in the US so that their children can be citizens of those countries, so that they cannot suffer in Kenya in case of anything. And that is what they want. So you, as an ordinary person, you will be denied opportunities. And once you're denied opportunities, you are used. You are given 500 shillings to be used by the same politicians to do what ordinary Kenyans were doing in our Bay recently.